Hey guys, thanks for checking out my video. If you're new, which you probably are, please check out my Is Off-White Worth the Price video, link in the description below. Today we'll be doing something similar, but with Supreme hoodies. Specifically, these ones with the stitched logos. It can be box logos or ARC logos, anything like that. But yeah, specifically, stitched logo Supreme hoodies. So we're going to be breaking down this hoodie based on 10 features to see if it is worth the price. First we have presentation, then we're going to have natural fibers, then we're going to have where it's made, then stitching, then if it's well cut, then the key features, which can be anything such as like a print on it, anything like that, or any just key thing that makes this hoodie different. Then we're going to have the comfort, then the longevity, and the brand name and appearance, and the value. So I've updated this from, I believe, my 7 things from the Off-White hoodie and socks. I'm going to be making an Excel spreadsheet of this, and that way we can actually compare them once I update the Off-White chart. So now, first for presentation, this is when I first got the hoodie, which was, oh man, probably 2 years ago now. It was how it came straight out of the box. When it arrived, it was in one of those Supreme bags, just the white bag, and then inside that it was wrapped in plastic, but there was nothing special on the plastic. You just opened it up, there's the hoodie. So it did have stickers with it. I don't remember what. It at least had the 2 box logo stickers, but I believe it also had a Supreme sticker that had, actually, I believe it actually came with this Supreme sticker and maybe these 2 as well. So, I mean, it was nice to get some extra stickers that they don't normally put in. It was cool. So, presentation, I mean, it definitely could have been better considering it's just plastic wrapped and then inside the Supreme bag. But that's not bad. It's going to get a 6 out of 10. So, as we can see for fibers, it is 100% cotton, which is nice. You're probably not going to get anything better than that on a hoodie, but it could have wool or silk in it or something like that, maybe to just make it a little bit better. But overall, 100% cotton's good, 100% natural. It's going to be good enough to get an 8 out of 10, which is still very good for a hoodie. Okay, so now for where it's made. It says on 2 tags, actually, right down here, made in Canada, and up at the top, it says made in Canada. And that's a good sign of quality. I believe almost everything Supreme is either made in Canada or America. The only exceptions being collaborations. So like if you're going to get a pair of Supreme Nike shoes, they're probably going to be made in China. But overall, all the actual completely Supreme stuff is made in America or Canada. So that's cool. So yeah, I mean that could be a little bit higher fashion and it could be made in Italy or something like that, but still made in the US or Canada is pretty good. It's good enough to get a 7 out of 10. Now for stitching. Stitching is actually very good on this hoodie. As you can see from the outside, they actually show all the stitching. It's not just like a thin line. The only exception is on the hoodie, where you can see just the normal stitching going across. Sorry, on the pocket of the hoodie, where you can see all the stitching is just a regular thin stitch, but it is still really closely stitched together. It may be hard to see because this hoodie's all black, but the stitches are all very close. A little bit further apart right here on the actual part where your hand goes into, but overall still, that's very good. And all around the outside of the hoodie, right there, along the side, up to the sleeves, on the cuffs of the sleeve, around the neck. That's all like very good stitching, and even on the inside it's the same thing. You can still see it's really reinforced. I mean that's a really good sign. They used a lot of stitching here. It's gonna last a while. Now as for the stitch on logo, it's also pretty good. Like you can see all the stitching around all the letters is very nice. I don't see actually any imperfections on that at all. It's all very closely stitched together. And that's nice. And the same thing for the box logos. I don't have one with me, but from what I can remember, although it is just a thin line stitching around the outside, kind of like this, it's so close together, it feels like it's going to stay on there for a long time. So that's a good thing. Stitching is very good. Because wear and tear has unraveled it a little bit on the sleeves, it's only going to get a 9 out of 10, but that's still very good. I mean, like, I would not expect a hoodie to stay that well stitched for so long, considering how much I've worn it. Okay, and for cut. It's very form-fitting hoodie. Like, when I wear this, it's a size medium. It fits to my body pretty well, more than you'd expect for a hoodie. It's actually pretty good. The sleeves, little bit more room, but it's not bad. It's also slim around the side. The only complaint I have about the cut is the neck of these hoodies. It's actually kind of hard to get your head into, which is kind of strange. The neck fit is pretty tight. It looks good when you're wearing it, but a little hard to get on. You look a little goofy if you're trying to take it off in public. So cut is good, but not great, so it's only going to get a 7 out of 10. Now, for key features. There's not a lot to this hoodie. Like, as you can see, it's got a very basic string for the neck. It's got the metal loop around it, though. That's nice. Nothing really special. I'd actually like to see a good stitching around it. I think that would actually be a cooler thing to have, especially since the hoodie's all black and you just got these silver little loops here. But it's not bad. I mean, that's a notable feature. That's just preference, so I'm not going to really take it off for having or count off on it for having the metal loops. Another key feature, which I actually really like, is around each side, there's actually a slightly different material. It's more stretchy, as you can see right here. Try and get a better view of it for you. So, on each of your side, you've got stitching from the back and the front. And this material right here is actually more stretchy. And I'll try and show that to you, but if you can tell, you can actually stretch this a lot more than you can the rest of the hoodie. And I mean, that's actually pretty cool. And that's actually what helps get it more form-fitting. I think that's a nice touch. But, I mean, between that and just the basic logos on the box logos, or the ARC logo with the carpet feel to it, which I actually really like. I mean, there's not many key features. Like the off-white hoodie I just reviewed. It had the metal aglets, it had the design that went into the pocket, and I mean, it had the down the sleeves, it had the extra little tags on it. It just had more key features. I guess a little notable one is the Supreme tag at the bottom. It's not really that interesting. It's just a little tag that says Supreme that hangs off the side of all their hoodies. So key features, good but not great, and it's going to get a 6 out of 10. Now for comfort. Comfort is good considering that the hoodie is actually very warm. It's probably the warmest hoodie I've ever bought. Well, my Supreme hoodies are. And it's pretty good considering that. Where it kind of lacks is the cotton. After so many wears, it's gotten less soft. And I mean, it wasn't as soft as the off-white hoodie to begin with. And that'll kind of count it off a little for comfort. But considering how warm it is, it's good. Now, because it actually is more form-fitting, it makes it slightly less comfortable considering a baggy hoodie. You know, you got more room. It just feels almost more like a blanket. So that'll take it a little bit off. Comfort is good though, just not great. It's going to get a 5 out of 10 considering it. Now longevity. Longevity is very good on these. It's got this really thick stitching all around the entire hoodie. And because this isn't a screen print, I'm only reviewing the stitched in logos. That's not going to fall apart anytime soon. This hoodie's going to last you a long time. And I mean, as you might be able to tell from the sleeves, hard to when I'm not wearing it, but there's actually lots of wrinkles throughout it. You can tell when I'm wearing, but that's just because of how much I've worn the hoodie. And I mean, that's going to happen to any hoodie, but it just shows like how much I've worn it. It has stayed almost completely perfect. Only part that's kind of failed is the stitching just right on the edge, but really not too bad. I mean, this is probably going to be one of the longest lasting hoodies I've ever seen. it's actually going to get a 9 out of 10. As for brand name and appearance, brand name would be very high considering everyone knows Supreme. Everyone considers it almost like a designer streetwear type brand. And I mean, that's pretty cool. Although, appearance, maybe not so much. I've seen a lot of people who wear the sheep box logo just to say kind of fuck you to Supreme. They're kind of funny, but that kind of would take it down a little bit. Although everyone knows Supreme, I think it's actually a very good brand considering the quality of the clothing, and I would consider this still pretty high. Everyone knows Supreme. You'll always see the kid rocking the box logo. Also, if you have a box logo, that's going to be even a little bit higher for the brand name considering everyone knows that. That's the most famous thing from Supreme. So yeah, brand name, appearance, still pretty high. It's going to get an 8 out of 10. Okay, and now for value. I think the value on these are actually pretty high. When you're considering it's someone being paid an actual wage, not $2 in China with no benefits, it's actually pretty good at the $168 price. I think it's still a little overpriced, but considering all the work that's gone into the stitching on these, it's really not bad. I mean, I think people over-exaggerate the retail price on these. But now, as for resale, you're not getting your value when you buy it at $800 for a box logo. I mean, at that point you are paying for the brand, which a lot of people do. There's nothing wrong with that if that's what you like to do. Everyone likes owning a rare product or something that's not. It's something very limited, and that's a cool thing. I definitely get it. Like collector cars, there's a lot of people that like collecting old antique cars, and those can skyrocket in value. It's not that it's such a nice car, like you're going to be able to get a lot faster car if it's newer, but it's just having that limited product, and that's what makes it worth the value. Now, I'm considering this at retail, so if you buy it at retail price, then you sell it, that the value is going to be a lot. That makes it a lot more worth the value, to me at least, considering that you're paying retail, and then even if you wear it, you can probably sell it for more. So depending on the hoodie, of course. So value actually pretty high if you buy it at retail. And I'm going to give that a good 9 out of 10. Now there is one more thing I'd like to add about quality. It can sometimes be a little bit iffy. Now this hoodie I have and my Comme des Garçons box logo I have, they're great. I love those a lot. Now the last year's pink box logo with the lime green box in it, that one was actually shitty. So the overall quality was pretty good, but the pocket for the hoodie was sewn on unevenly. Like this corner was higher than this corner. And that's shitty. If you're buying it for retail even at $168, that's crappy. I'm going to expect more than that. And then if you're buying it at their resale value where you're paying $800, if you notice your hoodie has a pocket that's sewn on unevenly, that's going to be pretty messed up. Like, you're not going to want that. It's hard to look at once you notice that. So because of that, I'm going to be taking off some value for these hoodies, and it's just kind of crappy. You'd expect more for your money. So I'm going to take off 5 points overall because the quality can be kind of iffy. So I'm sorry to do that to Supreme considering I like the hoodies, but it's just not worth it if you're considering the quality can be kind of sketchy, you know? Overall, still pretty good, and it was only one product I had it happen to. The rest of my experience with Supreme is good, but yeah, that just kind of put a bad taste in my mouth for the name. Besides that, though, yeah, it's good. I'm going to bring up the total, and then I'm going to put that in the Excel spreadsheet with the off-white, and then we're going to see what they're valued at. Okay, so if it weren't for the crooked pocket, the Supreme hoodies would be very good. It would get a 74 out of 100. And that's really good considering 100 out of 100, it's almost impossible. I think that's still really good for hoodies. Once you take into consideration the crooked hoodie pocket, I'm taking out 5 points of that. It's going to get a 69 out of 100. That's less good. It's still not bad. I wouldn't be too scared to buy Supreme products from now on, considering it only happened to one hoodie. It's still just not a good experience, and it puts a bad taste in my mouth for Supreme. I'll still buy products if it's something I really like, but I'm going to be less likely to from now on. Overall, still, yeah, not bad. A good hoodie. I still like this one a lot. I like the Comme des Garçons one a lot. And they're overall, like, quality hoodies. But, yeah, just that one experience, that's all it takes. So, thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be trying to put out more videos from now on. I'm going to be doing a lot of clothing. I'm thinking of actually doing also motorcycle stuff. That's my other hobby. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe. I'll try to see when I can put out stuff. It's going to be a little bit harder during the school year. I'm on winter break right now. But yeah, I'll try to be putting out more stuff for you guys. So if you like it, yeah, please subscribe.